Welcome back to Knit Together with Kim and Jonna. I'm Kim.
And I'm Jonna.
And I am back from France.
Yay!
Yay! So fun. And
gifts, even.
Yes, gifts. Some that Jonna knows about, but some that she doesn't know about. So there'll be a lot of little surprises for Jonna.
Yeah. I have no idea.
One that she knew about was, I'm not going to share about the whole thing with the family. Obviously, the best part about it was seeing my family. But we posted a lot of updates on our community page and our community tab, whatever you call it, and also Instagram. And if you have any more questions, you can always ask me. But that was really fun seeing my family. But one trip they planned was for us to go to, how do you say Saint-Émilion? Saint-Émilion, the wine area, this little medieval town. And
I should have looked it up before we started.
It's fine. I just don't speak French, but you know what I mean. Everybody will know what I mean. And we went on a tour, but and I, just so you know, I don't know if I've ever said this in the channel, I hate shopping. I hate it. No. I can't stand shopping.
We've never really shopped. We shop for yarn, but never really
I don't like clothes shopping. I don't like trying on clothes. My husband sometimes will force me. I'll complain that I don't have clothes to wear, but he'll force me. He'll take me shopping and he'll make me try things on and buy them. I'm just not a shopper. If I go on vacation, my first thing isn't, oh, I want to buy clothes. But we were walking, after we did this tour in Saint-Émilion, we were walking through these little medieval cobble streets, and I saw this cute little boutique, and actually I have the card here. Let me see what it was called. Bébou, is that how you would say it? La Coquette. And I'll insert, I tried to take a selfie of myself in front of the store, but it's not very good. So it was a very sunny day, so I was in shadow. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But I'll try to find a cute picture of the front of the shop, and the woman inside the shop who helped me, her name was Geraldine. She was so sweet. But I saw a rack standing outside, and I saw this dress, and I just immediately fell in love with it. So I asked her what size it was, and this is interesting, but everything I bought except for shoes in France were one size fits all. Okay. Anyway, so this is one size fits all, and I'm an extra large, so I thought, okay, we'll see. But my husband said, try it on, try it on. I tried it on, and it fits perfectly. I loved it. And so after that, we went to eat in this cute little restaurant, and I sent Jonna a picture just of the dress, just pulled it out of the bag and just sent her a quick picture, and she said,
buy me one. Is there one for me?
Yeah, it was so cute. And so I had seen this blue one, and Jonna's been in kind of a blue
a blue phase that isn't waning.
A blue phase.
That's true.
And so after we ate lunch, my husband and my son went to do a wine tasting in a store, and I went back to the shop and saw this one. And again, it's one size fits all. I sent you a few pictures of a few different dresses, right? And this was my favorite, and this and the brighter blue was also your favorite. But the brighter blue had the exact same neckline.
Right, and I thought I should change it up a bit.
Right, not be so matchy-matchy, although we're definitely matchy-matchy. So this one, too, was one size fits all, and I'm thinking, Jonna is, let's see, if I wear like a 10 to 12, and you wear like a 6,
yeah, 4 to 6.
so many sizes between. How in the world could this dress look good on both of us? But
you saw the pleats.
Yeah, the pleats, and there's a little, I'm not going to show you because I'm going to have to bare my legs.
Yeah.
There's like an underlining, like really nice soft material. So anyway,
covers your booty.
Yeah. I bought
They're kind of sheer.
I bought you the dress, and it wasn't even expensive. It was 48 euros.
Yeah.
And for some reason, one of them was 45 euros. I don't know which was which. But I bought you a dress. I was so excited.
And I was so appreciative because I went to Paris and I didn't buy one thing for myself or anybody else.
Yeah.
And not because I didn't want to. I couldn't decide. I felt overwhelmed. And some of the stores I went in were so expensive. And it was a change of seasons and on and on.
Yeah.
So I'm thrilled to have a French dress. And my husband loves it. So
he actually put it on today, and he said, did he say ooh la la? That would have been.
No. I guess he just noticed because it was new, and I don't usually wear dresses in the, around the house in the midweek. But anyway, I said, ooh, I like that.
Yeah. So this is the only thing that I've actually given her so far. And another thing that I purchased she knows about, but she hasn't seen it. But I was so excited to buy her the dress. And what's funny is we even see how different we are in this way. I am super decisive. If I see something and I want it and I can afford it, of course, I'll buy it. I don't think about it. It's like I like it or I don't. If I'm not crazy about it, I just don't buy it. And you're more thoughtful, more philosophical. There we are about the whole thing.
Well, and I do think about, okay, you know, do I $50? Do I
I really need
do I
it?
really need it?
Yeah.
You know.
Well, this is my souvenir. And
Yeah.
I'll wear it a lot.
Right.
In Paris,
And I
I
have the
bought...
sneakers to match. So it's
Yeah,
all good.
in Paris, when I was there a few years ago, I bought a little light-up Eiffel Tower. Now, I never look at that at all. I never turn it on. So that's a tchotchke that I don't use. But this, I'll use a lot. And I knew I loved it. I loved how it looked.
And the weather is cooperating today.
Yes.
So I'm excited.
So, yeah, I'll definitely try to insert a picture of the front of that shop. And if you're ever in Saint-Émilion, you have to go to this Bébou La Coquette and say hi to Geraldine. Sorry, I really don't speak French. It became more and more apparent when I was there.
You evidently speak German quite well, though.
But I still messed it up. It's fine. I didn't want to write it down and read it because I can speak German, but it's just so... The lights are right there,
Right.
and the camera is staring at me.
A lot of pressure.
And I just said it wrong. But anyway, I also bought, and I can't really show you. Maybe I'll take a picture.
Are you sneakers?
But can you see? I bought some really cute sneakers in France, and I love those. And I bought another dress, which hopefully we'll see in a future episode,
Have I seen
maybe. No. I should have brought it to show you. Why didn't I bring it? Because it's really about yarn. This is about yarn. So anyway, one great thing about the trip was George and I, when we go away, I always plan all the logistics, where we're going to go, how we're going to get there, where we're going to stay. And he usually figures out where we're going to eat. But this time with the channel, and then we were starting the Cal. Yay! Our big Cal with Mayak and Isabel Kramer. We're so excited about that. It was a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
It was in the works, and getting episode 6 ready. So I told Wolf and Emily, my son and daughter-in-law, you guys plan everything. We will just show up. But I have 2 requests. Mm-hmm. I want to go to this yarn shop and that yarn shop. So they planned the whole thing.
Good.
Yeah, it was nice. But in also at the same time I was gone was Local Yarn Shop Day.
Yeah. Which is a United States thing? Is that what you told me?
Yes, it's not.
An
I thought at first it was international, but it's not. It's not in Europe. But I was so sad I couldn't be with you, but you went to pick up every stitch, right?
I did. I asked Kristen of the Kristen Lair podcast. Why do I call it a podcast? It's a channel. Of the YouTube channel.
Because most knitters call them podcasts.
I know.
Podcasts are audio.
Well, you know what I mean.
Channels are video, but anyway, it doesn't matter.
You know what I mean. And also of the Vine Yarn Company and what she was doing for Local Yarn Shop Day. And she said that her friend Tanya was coming up and they were renting a car and meeting up at Pick Up Every Stitch. So I said, oh, well, I think I'm going to hang out at Pick Up Every Stitch too. So we got there around 1 o'clock. Actually 1:30 because we were all running late. And I met Tanya, Kristen's friend from Brooklyn. And she was lovely. And Katie from Katie Did Bags was also there. And Tara from Crystal Tea Knits. And that's my dog.
Do you hear Henry trying to get in the door?
He was desperately trying to get out about 15 minutes ago. It's that as soon as you come over, he is so obnoxious.
I think he's jealous. He's jealous that
he is.
I'm her other best friend.
Because he's actually not allowed in here because he will pee on the rug.
So I guess she's going to get up and go let him in.
And then he's going to want to get out in like 2 seconds.
And I would love to show you Henry. I've tried a few times.
Come here, buddy.
He'll come up. Oh, you get to see Henry. I'm so excited. No. He gave me a kiss. Oh, he's shaking.
Thank you.
I can't tell you how many times I have tried to get Henry into
he often doesn't let me pick him up.
Into the video. Yeah.
And he's clean.
He's so sweet. So say hi to Henry. It might be the only time you see him.
I know.
But he's adorable. I think we posted a picture of him once.
Yeah.
For some reason.
And they keep telling me he's not long for this world, but he's doing great.
Yeah, he has some pretty severe illnesses.
Yeah, but we started feeding him wild turkey tail mushrooms. So I have lots of... I have high hopes.
Oh, wow. Yeah. He's adorable.
All right.
So we'll see if he makes more noise. It's just part of
sitting on my knitting needle.
The home studio. Now he wants to get back up.
So what were you talking about?
You might have to hold it the whole
Local Yarn
time.
Shop Day.
Yeah, Local Yarn Shop Day.
All right. Yeah, so we sat around the table and knit, and I did a little shopping, and Kristen did some shopping. Bought yarn for the Badger and Bloom sweater by Ann Fensel, which I also have yarn for that too.
What did you buy? Are you going to show us?
Yeah.
Do you have it here?
Yeah. Oh, the store was just packed. Super busy. Oh, I met 2 fans.
Oh,
and Kristen met some fans too.
Oh, yeah, you posted their pictures.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that's fun.
And so I met Pat. Hi, Pat. And Carol and her friend Kathy, who were down for the quilt show in Purchase.
Oh, okay.
And we're like, oh, we're close to pick up every stitch. We should swing by.
Yeah.
And so, they were really excited that I was there.
Yeah.
And that, so it was fun to meet everybody.
That's so fun.
Yeah. So we stayed there until they closed.
I know. I was surprised. I was so surprised she was still there.
I know.
I kept texting you, right? And I was like, you're still there? Oh, my goodness.
They had to kick us out. So, we were all knitting. So they had a sale on this periwinkle sheet, Woke, I think it's called. And I had eyed it because I have 3 skeins of this, which is the La Bien-Aimée Jonna colorway, which is actually the Jonna colorway.
Spelled the same way as your name.
Spelled the same way as my name, but named after Jonna Heitala of Lana magazine.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, I had to buy this.
It's we'll get a picture, but it's like a
black green.
Dark green, blackish green.
Mm-hmm. And I thought this mohair would be perfect with it.
It also has like a black, I think it has a green cord and then black mohair.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. So,
like kind of an iridescent green cord. That's going to be beautiful.
So I was really excited to find out. And that was 30% off.
So fun. I'll take it because you have the dog. Wow,
yeah. And then
gorgeous.
continuing with my...
and we'll take a picture of this before I leave.
Continuing with my blue phase.
This is pretty.
I bought the Sunday by Sandusgard.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of the petite knit colorways.
Nice.
And I think it's called, in these states, I think it's called Dark Blue Sky. And I think I'm going to make a cardigan or a vest.
Nice. So how many of these did you buy?
Just 3.
Okay.
So I guess I'm making the best. Unless I change my mind, I'll make a cardigan. I need 2 more skeins.
Yeah.
But I can't believe he's sitting on my lap. This is so not like him.
So not like him. Is this fingering weight?
It is. Yeah. So and they didn't have the corresponding mohair, and I really want the mohair that matches this. So I'm on a mission to find it.
Can they order it for you?
I emailed and I haven't heard back.
Okay.
But Mother Knitter in New Jersey has it.
Uh-huh.
And I think that...
They're like a distributor, right? Mother Knitter?
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten things from
And
them.
so I think Felicia can get it from them. So,
nice.
Yeah. I love it.
That's good. But you don't have a pattern picked out yet for that?
Yes, I'm going to do the petite knit. One of the petite knit vests. I can't remember off the top of my head what it's called.
And the green, did you have a pattern picked out for that? Did you say? Okay.
Maybe in no frills, because,
Oh, you've been wanting. She's been wanting to knit another
I want a no frills in every color.
You wear it every day, basically.
I wear it all the time because it's like a sweatshirt.
And it's been so cold here, by the way. It's been when I was gone, and then even last week it didn't even get up in the 60s, really.
I turned my heat off.
This is the first time I've worn my cute little French dress.
And I've had to turn the heat back on a couple times because it was just like, 60 degrees in the house and people were complaining.
Yeah. I like it cold in the house, but I get it. So, so that was Local Yarn Shop Day.
Yeah, we had a great time.
Local Yarn Shop Day was actually our last day in France.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of laid low, stayed around their apartment, and then the French grandparents or the other grandparents who live there now watched the kids, put them to bed that last night we were there, and then we went out on a double date with our son and daughter-in-law. It was so fun. And I did wear this dress on the double date. Yeah, it was so fun.
And the weather wasn't great when you guys got there, but it did it get
better. The forecast, we use Dark Sky for forecast, and I think they used something there. And it just said when we got there it was going to rain all week. And it literally didn't rain once, maybe drizzled one day. And it would start out cloudy, definitely, and then it would just, most days it would just then be gloriously sunny and beautiful the rest of the day. So, yeah. Maybe I'll post some pictures of Saint-Émilion, and you'll just see the beautiful blue sky when we were there. It was amazing. But, yeah. So before we get into it and all your surprises, I think we should take a little break.
Okay.
Okay? Stare aimlessly into the camera.
No, stare pointedly into the camera.
I think we had just finished talking about everything, and we were just about ready to do gifts.
Okay.
And we just said, let's take a little break first, and then... Oh, I'm burping.
Even though...
Sorry, I belched. Real life.
It's all the coffee, which I hope you get to drink while it's warm.
I will, but I just want to give you your gifts. I've just been waiting and waiting and waiting.
Alrighty, and I have no gifts for you, even though it is her birthday in May, but she says don't send her gifts, so whatever.
Okay, so you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, we're back. I get to give you your gifts.
Yay!
I'm so excited. And tell you about my yarn.
I know about one of them.
Yeah, tell you about yarn shop.
Because she
visits.
asked me what color I would prefer. And
besides the dress.
Right,
Yeah.
besides the dress.
The dress, yeah.
And guess what color I chose?
Exactly, blue.
Yeah.
So, as I said, my family planned everything. My son and daughter-in-law planned everything. And our 2 visits to the older area of Bordeaux were on Thursday and Friday. So they chose one of the yarn shops that I asked for on Thursday and the other one on Friday. So the first one I went to was La Linerie. I do not speak French. Lainerie. Did I say it right?
I think so.
Okay. And at first my daughter-in-law thought maybe I should call the shop and speak to them in French and tell them that you do YouTube or whatever. And I was like, first of all, we ran out of time. And second of all, I thought I just rather would be inconspicuous. I didn't expect anybody to know who the heck I was. I know previously I had mentioned that I might meet up with, I think it's Emma from Tricot Libre, but we didn't get in touch with each other while I was there, so I didn't get to see her. But I just kind of, I would prefer to be inconspicuous. Right now, we're not really well known, so that's fine because I'd like to just go in and wander, right? So I wore my green ranunculus and I had my whole family with me. And we had a little time crunch because my son we got a late start and he was expecting an important phone call at 2:00. And so we had lunch and then we went there. And so I was feeling a little like pressure. No, they didn't make me feel pressured, but I was just feeling kind of an internal pressure. Normally I would slowly wander around the whole store. But I walk in and I think I was holding my grandson's hand. And immediately this beautiful woman with funky glasses was right there, and she looked at me and looked at my sweater, and she just starts speaking in really fast French. And so I said, I'm sorry, I don't speak French. And she said, that's okay, I speak English. So we were fine after that. Okay. But she just I was wearing my ranunculus. She said, that sweater, it's the famous Midori Hirose. And she just loved it. She asked what the yarn was. And it's travel knitter, Tanami 4-ply, which I've talked about already. And then I knitted it with Lana Grossa mohair. And they do carry Lana Grossa there. So she's like, oh, I knew that was Lana Grossa. So her name, I found out later that she's the owner of the shop. And her name is Maritime, and I'll put it below. I put it on Instagram. It's Marie, like Marie, with a hyphen, and then capital Line. But you really say it kind of like Maritime, like Maryland. She was so sweet and warm and adorable, and it was kind of busy there, and she was taking care of other people. So I did wander around a bit, and I wanted to buy something. At first, I thought I might buy mohair for my Freya tea because I need to make mohair petals around those flowers. And then I thought, oh, but I kind of want to buy like a whole sweater's quantity. And then I took a hint from you, or know how we talked about how Jonna goes into a yarn shop when she's away or on vacation and asks,
is there anything that I can buy here that I can't buy elsewhere?
Yes. Yeah. So I did that.
Something locally produced or special and something.
Yeah, I've never asked that before in a yarn shop. So I asked, and Marilene said, well, there's not really, these are all European yarns, but there's not really anything like from Bordeaux area. There was one French yarn she pointed me to, and it wasn't really something that I really felt interested in knitting. I don't even remember what it was called. It was beautiful yarn. It's gorgeous yarn, but it's just not something that I was thinking of. So then she's busy helping other people. I start going through my Ravelry patterns that I've already purchased, and there was this gorgeous, can you believe I didn't even write down what it was?
The Rowan sweater?
Oh yes, it's the Rowan sweater. And it's
not called that. It just
it's from Rowan. It's called Light.
Okay.
Who was the designer? I'm so bad. I'm not prepared for this because I'm so excited to give Jonna her gifts.
It's the V-neck.
It's a V-neck. It's called Light. I'm so sorry. I can't remember the designer.
Light.
Light. And I'll insert a picture of it. But I found that pattern and said yes, and I noticed that they had Rowan yarn, so I knew that's what I was going to buy yarn for. There was also another gorgeous pattern by Helga Isayer. It was mostly reverse stockinette with little cables going all the way through it. Short sleeve, might have also had, I can't remember. I was thinking of maybe making that, but I already had this pattern in my queue. So anyway, I bought yarn for it, and it's so exciting. So of course Marilene had these beautiful Rowan bags.
Oh, nice.
And she packaged it in this beautiful Rowan bag.
So little known fact, Kim actually had to leave her clothes and shoes in France because she had no room in her suitcase to bring home all the gifts.
I know. We only brought carry-ons, and I thought, I'm not going to buy that much yarn. I had to leave my combat boots, my denim jacket, a bunch of my husband's clothes. The only thing we brought home were dirty clothes because I didn't want my daughter-in-law to have to send home dirty clothes. So I still don't have those. But anyway, it was worth it. My suitcase both of our suitcases had yarn.
Wow.
So I bought this beautiful yarn. Here, I'll give you this. And I bought the yarn that it was recommended. So it's Rowan felted tweed. It's basically a sweater where there's a main body color and sleeves, and then there's the cuffs and the V just are a contrast color. But the detail really comes from these pearl texture. Like, it's just beautiful. I would have already inserted a picture.
It's almost textured and patchwork, almost. It almost looks like it's done in blocks, the texture.
Yeah, it has like diagonal lines this way, but then they go crossways this way. It's really beautiful. And then I got the matching mohair.
Ooh.
So,
this is gorgeous.
Yeah. And the mohair was already falling apart. I said, just sell it to me. I don't care if the ball's falling apart.
Beautiful.
I just bought it anyway. But yeah, so it's Rowan felted tweed, and they don't have names on there. It's this blue and this gray. It's almost like a lavender gray, isn't it?
It is.
This is the lavender gray that it called for. It called for a bright chartreusey greenish yellow, and I just felt like it wouldn't look that great on my skin. It looked beautiful on the model. But yeah, so that's what I bought for myself. And Marilyn gave me this beautiful little organza bag as a little gift. I did buy one more thing there that I don't have with me, but I had posted it on Instagram. Maybe I'll put a picture here. My grandson had watched me knit him a unicorn when I first got there, and he became fascinated with knitting. He's going to turn 5 in August, and he wanted me to teach him how to knit. So in La Linerie, I asked Marilyn if she had a good yarn to teach children how to knit. And again, I didn't write any of this down. I'm so unprepared today. Just so you guys know, I had a crazy morning. It was just a crazy morning this morning. I barely made it here.
She FaceTimed me early. I'm like, why are you wearing lipstick? Why are you dressed?
It's a lot.
Makeup on.
Yeah, I'm not even going to say it all. I had a crazy morning. I barely made it here. So I have my yarn and her gifts, but I don't have anything written down.
No worries.
So I bought this beautiful, he wanted blue, royal blue. He picked it out, this beautiful yarn. And the first day I taught him how to finger knit, and so we made a little snake, and I put little red eyes and a little red tongue on it. And then the next day I bought him knitting needles, and he started to learn how to do the knit stitch. And then I also taught my son and my daughter-in-law, and videotaped my daughter-in-law doing it in case he really wants to do it. So anyway, that was fun. So I did buy that as well. And Marilyn was so lovely. And the shop, there was fabric in the shop. Obviously I took pictures. I've probably already inserted them. If I haven't, I'll insert them now. Beautiful yarn. One thing that, I've talked about how I'm really motivated by samples. I didn't see a lot of samples about when I was walked in. But as Marilyn, in between helping other people, started to talk to me about, I showed her the pattern that I had, and we started talking about what I have knitted. Obviously, she loved my ranunculus. She loves Helga Isayer, and so she pulls open this big drawer, and inside is tons of yarn, but also a bunch of samples. She starts pulling samples out of these big, huge drawers, and she had the C2 sweater.
A small space?
It's a small space. It's in downtown Bordeaux. I mean, it's small compared to what we could get.
Stores,
yeah. But they make use of their space. Buttons, ribbons. I mean, it was really a beautiful store. And I wish I hadn't felt that kind of internal pressure. But it was fine, and I'll definitely go back again. And Marilyn was so sweet. She's like, I feel like we're knitting twins, and our glasses, and she kept... My hair was like this. Sometimes I wear it down and sometimes it's up. And she's like, you're making me want to get my hair done. She was so sweet. Oh my goodness. And it turns out at some point in French, my daughter-in-law told her that we have a YouTube channel. So maybe she'll watch it. Maybe she won't. But she was lovely. Thank you, Marilyn, for just being so welcoming and so lovely and speaking English to me. I wish I spoke. I speak German, but I don't speak French. So that was that. Cool, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember if there's anything else I wanted to say.
Okay.
But then the next day, they took me to La Droguerie. And
your French accent is very good.
This store is interesting because my daughter-in-law, when they first moved to Bordeaux last August, they had been out walking about Old Town one of the first times, and she saw this shop. And so she took a picture of it, and I looked it up on... I looked up their website, and I looked up on their Instagram, and they post a lot of jewelry, which I understand now, but I was like, oh, it looks nice. I'm more into yarn. I didn't really know, I was still excited to go. Okay, so we show up there, and again, I just wanted to be inconspicuous. I wasn't gonna say, I'm a YouTube star, because I'm not. And so, again, I went in holding my grandson's hand. They were so well behaved, my grandchildren. My son and my daughter-in-law are doing an amazing job raising them. I mean, just the sweetest kids ever. So we walk in the store, and I think there were 2 people working, and one of them, we weren't running late, so we got there a little bit before lunchtime. So one of them, after I'd been there for a little while, she left, and I guess she went to go have lunch. So there was just this one young woman working there, Andrea. I really can't remember how exactly she says her name. There were a few customers in there. She was working alone, so it was nice though, because I didn't feel any time pressure, and I really just wandered around. So I'm going to insert pictures, but the whole store is kind of like wood paneled, and it is gorgeous. And as soon as I walked in, I thought, this is different from any other shop I've ever been to.
Because there weren't skeins on shelves.
Yeah, I told you. I said, after a few minutes, I thought, I don't see any skeins or hanks or balls of yarn. I don't see any. What I saw was, and I brought a little demonstration. This is not yarn that I bought there. And this is a roll of brown paper from Jonna.
That came from my closet.
And I'll insert pictures, but along all the walls where there's yarn, there are just hanks of yarn knotted like this over wooden dowels, and they just hang down. So if this one is here, this one will hang down and the ends will be tucked in behind the next wooden dowel with different yarn or the same yarn and tucked in. And they're all arranged in rainbow color. This is actually from Pick Up Every Stitch.
Fiber Co.
Acadia Fiber Co. This is for a sweater that I have.
So squishy.
I know. I have a sweater's quantity. I've had it for 2 years to knit something.
Wow.
I gotta knit it. But basically, so they're all in like rainbow color of the different weights of yarn all over the walls of the store. But I didn't see any balls or hanks, and I thought,
How do you buy it?
How do you buy it?
Right.
Exactly. Do I just pull this off and say I want that? And so I turned to my daughter-in-law, and I mean, eventually I asked Andrea, and I said, I get the feeling, and I'm looking around, there's scales and ball winders, and I said, I get the feeling that you weigh the exact quantity that the customer wants to buy. And she said, oh yes, that's what we do. I thought that was just so amazing.
To within about 10 grams of...
Yes, I found out that the minimum is 10 grams. But if you need 28 grams, if you need 32 grams, if you need 500 grams, they weigh just the quantity you need.
Oh, wow.
But what was so cool then, so she said, do you have a project in mind? And I said, yeah, and I pulled out my Freya tee. And I said, I want to get mohair for these flower petals. And the sample, it's all beige, but I want to do a bunch of different colors. So different colored flowers, somewhat random. And so she said, here's the mohair. So she starts, it was so cool how she did it. She said, which colors do you like? Can you hold that in?
Okay.
So I said, this one. So she pulled out the bottom out from behind the other thing and she laid it in front. There's like this whole system. And I like that one. And then she'd pull that one out and lay it in front. So we had 5 out. And I said, I just feel like I want one more. So I asked her. Anyway, long story short, I pick out the 6 that I want. Then I expect her kind of to pull them off of here. Oh my goodness. She goes in between like it's curtains.
Yeah.
And inside are all the, what's it called? They're cones of all the yarn. And so these just stay here. And these are the display. It was just so amazing. I had never, I mean, my first thought was, we have to open a shop like this in New York. But I love Pick Up Every Stitch and I don't want to own a yarn shop, so I'm not going to do that. But it was just an amazing experience. So I picked out my 6 colors of mohair, and right in front of me, I videotaped her. I don't think I posted that on social media yet, but I'll take pictures of these so you can see better. But these are my
her little mohair babies
colors, and I decided to get 20 grams of each. Just so that I had, I think I did 20 grams of each, just so that I was sure I had enough. It's a different weight of the mohair that was suggested, so I might do double strands. But there it is. It's so beautiful. So I'll take pictures. But Andrea was just so helpful. And just watching her wind them, and it's exactly what I want. And she said, you know, it's good because you're not, otherwise I would have to buy a whole hank
right.
of a color and use like 5 grams per flower.
So
or
these
5
are
grams total.
20 grams each.
I think so.
Okay.
But yeah, so that was great. But then, of course, I'm continuing to walk around while she's winding all of these. And I start to notice, well, there's fabric in
Which
the
is
back.
part of the sales plan, right?
Yes.
Oh, I have to wind your yarn, so...
continue to look around.
Yeah.
In the center island, there were some kits. There was some fabric, like smaller pieces of fabric. I imagine they were the ends of bolts or something, and then they put them out to sell in little, in a little paper thing. The right side of the store was all these gorgeous little glass jars with black lids filled with buttons and beads and just amazing things. There were ribbons. In the back were fabrics. One thing I noticed that there was a lot of outfits hanging, like a dress and then a hand knit over it. And when I got to the back looking at the fabrics, and then they have an entire wall of patterns, but little like kits. And they're in little boxes. And I asked Andrea, can I ask you a question? All of these little outfits and the knitwear, are these all made with everything from the store? The clothing, and all from their patterns, and the sweaters are all from their patterns with their yarns. In the back around, I'll put a picture, around this area where the patterns were all these children's garments, cute little drop crotch pants with a little sweater. Just amazing. It was such a beautiful experience. Also, my grandchildren came in. There was a little table with markers so the kids could sit and color while the parents or the grandparents are shopping. It was amazing. But of course, then I thought, I have to buy something else. So, do I have time? Yes.
And my birthday isn't until October, but...
Right above where she was winding my mohair, there was this beautiful sweater hanging there, and I could tell it was kind of a lightweight, but a beautiful mohair drapey yarn. It was in an olive green, and it had, I'll insert my picture that I took. It had like a 3/4 sleeve. It was a little higher in the front, lower in the back, and a V-neck. I love V-neck, as you can tell. So I asked her while she was winding, that sweater there, is that your pattern? She said, yes, that's our pattern. I said, is it available in English? She looked, yes. And which yarn is it? So she pointed me in that direction, and that was it. I was like, I am getting yarn to make this sweater. So I picked up my yarn. She starts winding that. I need 300. Well, I needed 270 grams, but I got 300 because I like to have extra, and I'm not going back to Bordeaux if I run out.
And dye lots and all that.
Then I'm standing there and I think, I have to get the same pattern and yarn for Jonna to knit also. This,
which I haven't seen.
She hasn't seen it.
So.
I did send her pictures of the yarn so she can pick a color, and I already had a color that I thought I would choose for her, and she chose the exact same color. So I got her the exact same thing. Now, you don't have to knit that pattern if you don't. You can use the yarn to knit whatever you want. And I got her 300 grams as well. Another thing, though, again, the sweater is one size fits all. I guess it's just the way they do things in France. I don't know. But it's fine. But I'm going to take a little break before I show it so that I can take a sip of my coffee.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready?
I am.
To see your yarn?
Yes, that I've only ever seen on still pictures or FaceTime or...
I showed Elise. She was here this weekend, and she just,
Well, and the really cool thing is you told me it came on a cone.
It does. Oh, yeah, so I'll tell you.
I had cone envy, actually.
Yeah.
From the Crea Bea podcast and everyone buying cones for their sweaters.
Yeah, the only yarn I've seen on cones are little, the Ito, some of the Ito silk comes on cones. And then, like, the ones with the little balls and stuff in them, I've seen those. I didn't know that you would buy other yarn on cones. But here, this is the V-neck sweater. That's the pattern. And then here, this tells what's in the yarn that we got for our sweater. It's 15% silk, 18% mohair, 34% bamboo, 10% angora, and 23% wool.
Wow.
Are you ready for this?
And it's called Caresse.
You know what I forgot to bring with me?
What?
My daughter-in-law translated the La Droguerie website. It's only in French and Japanese. They have multiple shops all over France in the major cities. And they also have shops in Japan. And it's not in English. So I had her translate, and I completely forgot to bring it. So I'll try to say a little bit about it. But this is my pattern. Okay, are you ready? Oh my goodness. This is a little scrap of it. But here is your 300. So basically with mine, here's mine. she did just wind 3 100-gram balls or cakes.
And you really can see the silk.
Oh, it's gorgeous. And so when I said that I wanted to get some for my friend Jonna, she pulled out the cone. She said, the cone is slightly more than 400 grams. Do you mind if I just take off the extra and give you the cone of 300? And I said, that would be lovely.
Yay.
I mean, first of all, how fun to show you.
I know.
Isn't it just...
And to knit from a cone, and Kim laughed when I said this, there are no ends to even.
I didn't think of that, but she did.
Because it's just one long, continuous piece of yarn, and you can set the cone on the floor and just pull the yarn.
I never even thought of that.
Yeah.
But this is what took up some of the space in my suitcase. But isn't it
I love the
just... I wish you guys could see it. The halo is just so soft.
It is.
And so this is my olive green. We'll take pictures of the yarn, and that's her blue.
Thank you.
But yeah, that'll be fun. So who knows
It's
when...
called graphite.
Is it graphite?
Yeah. I think it looks like kind of like a Dutch blue.
Yeah, like a
Really?
denim. To me, I was thinking denim. It's actually very similar to your Mayak.
It is.
Yeah. So she's in a blue phase.
I know. In a blue mood.
A blue mood. So that's the thing you know about. You don't even know. I got you some other things.
I don't.
So
I'll display my cones.
yeah. Before I decided to get the sweaters quantities of yarn, I had already picked up in my hands these 3 beautiful little, I think this is cotton and these are rayon or fabric.
I know. I saw in the pictures that there was fabric, and when I went to the website, I looked at fabric. Wow.
So this was from that center table.
So
I'm assuming they're little
fun.
ends, right, that come off
It's
the...
rayon.
Yeah, I don't know anything about fabric, but I thought they looked beautiful. You could make
I know.
something.
We'll have to see.
I don't know how much fabric you need to make something for
That top
Eleanor.
only called for a yard.
Yeah.
And I
so-
probably don't even need a yard because it's too long. I love it. Thank you.
Yay!
Gorgeous.
I'm so happy. So we'll take pictures so you can see better.
Yeah.
And then one more thing. I'm sorry, this is really the last thing.
And it's her birthday, like I said.
I got you one of the little kits.
Oh my gosh.
It's a little hippopotamus.
Oh.
Hippopotame. It
looks like a little backpack.
Hippopotame. I think that's how you say it. It is a backpack. So you can make it for Max or whoever.
Aww.
And I'm sure it's all in
Love
French,
that.
but you can
and it
figure
says
out.
facile, which means easy.
I don't know. I just thought it would be cute. I figured out you could figure it out, and isn't that cute?
So cute.
So anyway, what's
And it
interesting?
comes with a little strap.
Yeah, everything is in there.
And the
Even
matching thread.
tapestry needle.
Oh my goodness.
Everything you need.
Well, thank you.
Yay.
Mwah.
Yay.
Happy early birthday to me. Really early. Oh,
Yeah.
I love it. Thank
So
you.
fun. I'm glad you like it.
Yay.
So I forgot the translation of the website. If you speak French, go on the website. You have to go visit. I mean, you have to visit La Linerie as well, but La Droguerie, just a beautiful shop and just something you won't find in the United States. If there is one in the United States, tell us where
Yeah.
it is, because we would love to go see it.
We would love to.
But if you speak French, go on the website, or Japanese, go and read about it. But I was asking, where does the yarn come from? Where do you get yarn that is not already in hanks or balls or?
And it's their brand.
It's their brand, yes. They don't have any other brands. It doesn't even say the brand because it's just their yarn. And from looking at the website and my daughter-in-law translating it, and from talking to her, they have a factory south of where they are, I think she said, that spins and dyes yarn, and so they choose their bases.
Oh, wow.
And they choose all their dye colors, obviously, and they have it dyed just for them, and it's put on the cones instead of put in hanks and balls. And just amazing. And I just was amazed by it. It was just beautiful.
So beautiful.
Yeah, so those are my purchases.
Well, thank you. Thank you for sacrificing suitcase space for me.
It's fine. I really I was, and my husband was like, no, you have to. He was so happy that I got something and that I could share it with you and share it with all of you. I highly recommend Bucket List. Bucket List still, if you haven't been to Pick Up Every Stitch, go there. But Bucket List, if you're in Bordeaux, go to La Linerie and La Droguerie, ask for Marilyn, and then asked for Andrea. Andrea was just sweet. Both of them were just lovely, and they both spoke English. Thank you. And of course my daughter-in-law was there to translate as well, but she also had her 2 kids. So it was just really fun. I think there were more yarn shops in Bordeaux, but these were right down in, and they were literally within blocks of each other too. We could have gone to both in one day, but I'm glad we didn't, because
it's overwhelming.
it would have been overwhelming. It was just so fun.
You were so excited.
And
she was texting me.
Yeah. I'm so blessed we got to do it. I know a lot of people haven't traveled because of COVID. Masks were still required on all the airlines and in all the airports, except the New York airport. But even once we got on the plane in New York, required, because the destination was France, and they're still required in France.
And several COVID tests.
Yes.
Even one before she saw me, and I tested before I saw her.
Yes. When I went there, I didn't need a test. I had, fully vaxxed and boosted. But coming back within 24 hours of flying back, literally the building next to my son's apartment has a testing area, so we got tested within 24 hours. I was definitely a little nervous we would test positive. Oh, not because I felt fine.
Right.
But my husband needed to get back and go to work, and where would we stay?
Right.
But we tested negative, thank goodness. And then we got home Sunday. And then Monday I didn't go anywhere, and Tuesday the first thing I was going to do was see you, and I had a rehearsal in the city, so I did do a at-home COVID test. Again, I felt absolutely fine, but just to play it perfectly safe, because I was on an airplane around more people than usual, I did another at-home COVID test, and that was negative. So anyway.
And spring has sprung here, so I was having allergies. So.
Yeah, everybody's having allergies. And honestly, my grandchildren, they just always have a runny nose.
Oops, is that us?
No, that's not. Okay. I didn't set that. But my grandchildren always have a runny nose. Yeah. So I guess that's the age. I forget, because my kids are big now. But they just always have a runny nose. So I'm always worried I'm going to get sick, and I haven't gotten sick. And they're fine. They're not even sick. They just always, it seems like they always have a runny nose. So I'm fine, and we were so blessed to be able to go. And I hope all of you can, everything will open back up, and COVID will be under control, and we'll be able to travel a little bit more and go visit these fun yarn shops. And
Arne and Carlos are doing their Hoot de Grooten cruises again. So
I know. I looked. Yeah. I wanted to sign up, but it wasn't in the budget. I definitely would love to do that. I would love to do that. And Mayak and Isabel Kramer are doing a retreat in the fall in Italy. I would love to do that.
And there's a few spaces left.
There are. Yeah. But my mom's 80th birthday is this summer, and we're trying to do something for that, so it's just absolutely not in the budget. I'm even wondering, I think this summer will be the first New York City Vogue Knitting live again.
Oh, really?
Like live in person.
Oh, wow.
But I think my husband and I always go to Canada to a friend's cabin for a specific 2 weeks. And unfortunately, I think it's that 2 weeks.
Oh, no.
I would love to be able to go with you, but we'll see. Okay. Anyway. So yeah, this will air. When did we decide we're going to air this?
Not this Friday, but the Friday after.
Friday, the 13th. No, the 13th.
Our live is on the 13th.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really? Did I mess it up?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you're right. The live is on the 13th.
So I never get the dates right, so.
So this will air the following Friday on the 20th.
Okay.
Right, exactly. This will be our second video in May.
Okay.
So by then we've already announced our Cal with Mayak. We're getting so excited about it. We will already have had our first live on Mayak's YouTube channel a week ago, and then on June 1st we're planning another cast-on.
Another live.
A live cast-on party via Zoom. Not Zoom, I'm sorry.
YouTube.
I keep saying Zoom. YouTube. On the Mayak YouTube channel. So we mentioned this previously, but subscribe, because we're doing this collaboration. And honestly, Paola knows how to do all these live things. We've never done one so far. She's going to host them. Right, the YouTube lives. So on her channel. So go to Mayak Tibetan Fibers on YouTube. And
subscribe and hit your notification bell so that you'll be notified of these events.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But sorry, this one was a lot. Last one you had all this stuff to talk about the wedding, and this one was all about my trip to France. But it was really fun, and I wish you could have been there, but it was really fun to buy you presents and bring them home.
And I had gone to France with my husband on a business trip, and I didn't buy a thing, so this is awesome to have things from From France.
Souvenir yarn.
Yeah, souvenir yarn. And a cone. You know, I was just
Yeah.
really wanted a cone.
Yay. I feel like I have to, you guys won't know, I feel like I have to apologize to Jonna. I have been guzzling coffee and I have the worst coffee breath right now.
No,
So
I can't tell. That's one thing great about wearing masks I actually enjoy.
Sorry. I'm going to drink more coffee anyway. It's right over there.
You don't.
But yeah, this is really fun. And I think our next video then really that we're going to produce is episode
7.
7. I have to knit something.
No.
I have nothing. I haven't been knitting. I didn't knit that much in France because I wanted to spend time with my family. And you know how it is when you start a new project? I swatched. So I'm swatched. But I really wanted to focus on them and not have my head.
Well, and we'll be casting on our Dingley Doll soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
So excited.
So
Thank you so much.
thank you for tuning in.
Yeah. And definitely follow all of our avenues of communication. Our community tab, Ravelry,
We have an email address.
Instagram, our email address. We do eventually get to all of them, our hashtags. And we really do love hearing from you. It's really, really fun. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Stare aimlessly into the and smile. Like you said, that was so funny.
You know,
Henry, we hear you.
I thought this was gonna go poorly, but you know, invariably I hit my head on the dormer repeatedly. Freya and Helmer made lots of appearances in the Arne and Carlos video on Sunday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm so behind in all the videos, but of course, when I was a whole week in France, I didn't. Of course, I'm not going to watch YouTube when I'm there.
No.
So
I think this is good.
that's a good thing.
I think this is good.
I finally stopped hitting my head at Lifetime on that lamp above those little
Well,
chairs.
ever since you said something, I'm always very careful not to.
Because I did it so many times when we first. I even knocked the lampshade off so it was disconnected. I was like, oh, oops. Sometimes the words don't just, come right.
Look directly into the camera and smile, I should say, not aimlessly.
Exactly. We look so cute in our dresses. If I do say so myself.